Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you already know that currently we are looking into the Python tutorial series, and we have almost completed all the basic concepts within Python, like Python variables, then dictionaries, which is one of the more important. Then we visited some of the pandas data frame stuff, but the real use of Python comes because it is kind of a scripting language. It can be used as object oriented paradigm as well, right? It can be used for for the data analysis purpose. It has lots of variety of flavors, I would say. Even though it's a one single software development kit, it comes handy with lots of use cases of things, and it is equally important to understand how we can use Python as an object oriented programming paradigm, to code in OOPs, right? And the first and foremost thing, whenever we wanted to touch base upon OOP related things, is understanding classes and objects, how to deal with classes and objects in Python, right? So that's what the intention of this tutorial, that I'll just give you a demo on how we can create the classes and objects and how it works with Python, right? So for that, let me create one Python file as OOP demo, and let's try to understand how we can create the class in Python. So let's say, as most of the language, as you already know, that creating a class in even Python as well starts with this class as a keyword. I'll say, let's say I wanted to create a class named person, and first and foremost things that which always comes with the class is how we can declare the variables, how we can create the object, and all these things. So let's first understand how we can create the class level variables. So this is how you create the class level variable. Let's say, from a person perspective, we will deal with three attributes. One is uh, first name, last name, and let's say company for which, or organization for which this person is working. So now, as you know, a company or organization may have multiple people working into it, but even though their first name and last name changes, their company name or organization name will never change. So we'll take one variable as company underscore name, and let's assign it to some ABC services or something like that. Yeah. So this is how we have generated a class level variable, because if we wanted to have something in common or at a class level, then this is how we give it. So this is a class level variable. Now the equivalent concept, let's say if you take an example of Java programming, then we have constructors there. So the equivalent constructor concept in Python, and the class or the method or the way we declare the constructor in Python is by using something called as init method. So Python gives you this underscore underscore init, again two underscores, and self. It's a predefined method, and that's what the syntax or kind of a standard that Python follows for all the predefined method, that those are, those starts with underscore underscore, then name of the method, and then ends with underscore underscore. So init is the method which we can use as a constructor, and let's say this particular constructor takes two parameters. Let's say first name and last name. Yeah, and this is how we can write the constructor. As you can see that when I write this self dot, right, it has already given me access to this company name variable, because it is a class level variable, right? So last name is equal to last name. So this is what the init or constructor kind of a method that we have defined, right? Now let's see how we can create an object of this particular class. So this is what a class looks like. It's a very basic definition of class. Obviously in the subsequent tutorials we'll add some more details, some more complexities to this class, but for now let's keep it very basic, very simple, that this is how we create a class. There is a class level variable, and this is how you pass arguments to your class, as in your constructor. So now let's understand. Person1 is equal to person. So this is the name of the class, that, as you know, and as you can see here, it takes two parameters, right? One is first name, another one is last name. So let's say I'll pass the first name as John, and I will make the last name as, let's say, Williams. Okay, so this is how we can pass arguments to the class, right? So you just create the object name person1, and then equal to, then name of the class, and whichever parameter it takes. You don't have to really pass the company name, because it is already been defined, or it is constant basically, right? On the same lines, if we create one more object of it, person2 is equal to person, let's say Anna, and Michelle. So this is how, like, you can keep on creating the objects, as many number of objects as you want, but your class definition will never change. And that's the beauty of this object oriented paradigm, that irrespective of how many objects you wanted to create, your class name will never change, right? And now let's say we wanted to print the details of the objects that got created. So in Java, or in Java specifically, we have a toString method, and what that toString method does is it prints your object. Like, for whichever object you will call the toString method, it will print that particular object, right? So if I, and on the equivalent side of the Python, it is underscore underscore str method that is present, and it will also print whenever you will call an object of a class, it will automatically call this str method, and it will print whatever. If you are overriding it, then it will print whatever you are writing it here, else it will print its own basically structure or format in which it works by default. So let's try to run this and see what it prints. It has not printed anything here, and basically let's see if we print this person1, what it gives. If we print this person2, what it gives. Now as soon as we print this, it is going to call the underscore underscore str method, which is kind of equivalent of toString method. So running this, and if you see, it has called as toString, I mean str method, but it is not really a readable one, because it prints it in its own format. If we wanted to make it as a readable one, what we should do is we should override that --str method, and we should say return person details, whichever, whatever statement you wanted to make. Person details are, then make it as self dot first name, then a space, then self dot last name, and then a space self dot company name, because it is going to be a constant thing. And now let's print it and see how it works. Yeah, if you see, it has, instead of printing that gibberish which we were not able to understand earlier, it has printed in the format which we have given here in the underscore underscore str method. And it says person details are then John Williams ABC services and Michelle ABC services. So this is how it works when it comes to a class, and this is the very small crisp uh, happy path example of how to create a class and how to create its object and how to print the object details in Python. Okay. I hope you'll find this very useful while doing your programming exercises. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.